This is your host, Jocelyn, with Optimized Media Marketing.
And this is my co-host, Alicia, a rep from World Venture Dream Trips.
And you're watching
Eugene's
Eugene'sBest.tv. Today we have the pleasure of interviewing Vanessa Truett. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Hi, this is your host, Jocelyn, with Optimized Media Marketing.
And this is my co-host, Alicia, a rep from World Venture Dream Trips. And you are watching Eugene'sBest.tv.
Today we have the pleasure of introducing the beautiful Vanessa Truett. And Jocelyn?
And the title of our show today is about thriving with resilience. So we will be covering what inspires her, or what gives her hope, inspiration, and motivation to reach the level where she is right now.
Now, Vanessa, you've been an independent promoter for Thrive for about how long now?
I got involved with the Thrive experience in July of 2013. So come July, it will be 3 years.
Wow. Mm-hmm. How did you find Thrive? Where did it all start with you?
So, without going into too much detail, 3 years ago I was in a really dark place, both emotionally, physically, financially, and I felt like I had exhausted all avenues. I was working with specialists, I was working with life coaches, I was doing all the steps I needed to do to get into a better place, but I still did not have a very good quality of life. And it was actually on Facebook. I had reconnected with someone from high school. It was our 20th high school reunion around that time. Mm-hmm. And I saw she had been posting about actually, she was posting about losing weight. And so at first, I really didn't even look at that because that was not something I needed to do at all. And one day, she posted on her Facebook page the words non-GMO. And those of us on the West Coast, those are sort of those words.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this?
And it's like a highlight.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, what is she talking about? And at this point, I really... I felt like I had nothing to lose. I had received the ingredients list, and it was something that I thought would be beneficial. And I went ahead and took the plunge, and I made my first order.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And I know that you kind of brought it to this area, from what we understand, mm-hmm. In terms of the product itself, and I have seen it. I've lived here for approximately 3 years, and I have seen it everywhere in this area. You've done a very good job of helping brand this. What would you contribute your success to?
So my background is not in business. I actually have a master's in nonprofit management and public policy. So I didn't get into it for a business opportunity. It was really something that it affected my life in such a radical way that I couldn't help but tell everyone about it. And the people that I knew in the community, they wanted to know what had changed. They wanted to know why I was up and out of bed, why I was able to participate, why I was holding political office now. All these things that I was doing, they wanted to know how it was possible since things had been so dramatically different. So it was really just my love for this product, and I couldn't help but share it. So with that, I think I found that other people were struggling, and other people wanted to feel better. So it was something that really came about very organically. It wasn't planned. It was just serendipitous. And I think with so many people that were authentically feeling the same way, it couldn't help but grow.
Wow. So honestly, I know that people here, everywhere I go, you see someone wearing a Thrive patch in this area. So you've done a fantastic job of sharing the word, because it's everywhere. It's truly everywhere. And that in itself I find to be very amazing. Your story is inspirational to people around here in general, just hearing from you and talking to you. I feel very blessed to know you. I know Jocelyn does too, because we were talking about that and I was just like, wow, she's an amazing person, an individual who really kind of picked herself up by her bootstraps and ran with the balls, had an amazing product accompanied with an amazing person and just told the world about it. And it really reflects in just who you are today and just seeing it everywhere. I know you've done an amazing job spreading the word.
Yeah. So what really inspired you about, doing what you're doing right now?
I think what's inspirational to me, I've always wanted to help people. That's always been a core value of mine. When I realized how truly significant my life had shifted, and I looked around and I saw so many people struggling, I felt like I had a responsibility to enable or empower other people to be able to take hold of their life and make some changes as well.
Wow. That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's very powerful.
So is that what motivates you every day to get up and reach out to people?
Well, that's a big part of it. Another part of it is I have 2 boys, and when I discovered the Thrive experience, I was recently divorced, and we were in a really tough space. I was on food stamps. I was receiving help for my children, and my oldest has a diagnosis of classic autism. So it's always been a huge motivating factor for me that things are set up in a way that he has every opportunity and every choice when it comes to living out his life. I'm not always going to be there, and I feel like, while I need to do whatever I can to ensure that he has every opportunity available to him.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Could you please tell us more about the organization that you just launched with the
A-Team Justice
A-Team
League.
Justice?
Yeah, thank you.
So that's been several years, and it was something that it actually was sort of birthed out of a lot of pain and frustration. There were a group of mothers and myself that got together mainly to commiserate over lack of services and appropriate advocacy for our children with autism. So at that point, yes, we were all tired, exhausted. We were felt like we were always fighting for our children. And during this one evening session where we were complaining, I sat up and I realized, I have a degree in nonprofit management. I know how to start a business. Let's do this. Let's do this, and let's stop complaining, and let's create something positive. So we got that going. We received our 501c3 status in about a year, developed a strong board of directors and strategic plan, and after several years on the board, I stepped away and passed on the torch, so to speak, and it's now up and thriving, and there's a online support network for over 300 local parents, and it's now encompasses more than autism, children with special needs, and it's just a great safety net for parents to have.
Yeah.
What an amazing resource, seriously. Thank you for starting that. You have a big heart for a lot of things, which the more we talk to you, the deeper the layers are that we get to know who Vanessa is and all of these wonderful things about you. If you had to give a message to people who are going to see this, like something maybe inspirational about like just where you are, if you could give a word of advice, what would that be?
So I think if I could think back to maybe my darkest days, and I'd like to say that they're all over and I just smile and bounce around on fluffy clouds all the time, but that's not life. And we all go through ups and downs. And I think what I try to remember, and when I'm talking to friends or people that I work with, I think it's important to remember what you're feeling at this particular moment. You're not going to feel that same way in several hours or tomorrow. So not to let yourself get taken in that undertow of feelings. And it's really easy when you're sort of hit with those really strong emotions to let them overtake you and go under. And there's nothing wrong with feeling emotions or expressing them, but I think it's important to realize that they're not reality.
Right.
Maybe not reality, and that tomorrow's a new day. And even if you don't feel like it, it's important to just do something. Even if it's just reaching out via the computer because you can't get out of bed, do something to connect with another human being.
Yeah, that's great.
Wow,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a powerful message. Thank you, Vanessa. And one last question is, for those, single moms, mother looking for extra income from home, because I heard that, that's what you do. You coach mother, or basically you coach people who, reach out to you to find out how they can also make some extra money in working from home, or, while they're attending with their family, kids at home or kids at school. So could you please tell our audience what kind of support that you give to the people who join your team?
Thanks. Well, we have a very unique business opportunity with the Thrive Experience, and I don't think that I do anything different than any of the other promoters in our area. I think whoever you get involved with the business with are going to lead you in the right direction. We have an incredible support network of amazing people that have the same values and focus for their business, and there's really it doesn't matter who you are, what your educational experience is, what barriers you might see. You have a market, and everybody has a possibility in this business. So if you're interested, reach out to someone that you know that is thriving.
Yeah.
I can help you. There's just a really huge support network for you if you're interested.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Well,
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming on today. We were so very pleased to have you. You have been fantastic and awesome. Just thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks
Thank you so much. And I want to give you a hug.
Oh, goodness. Oh, gosh, now I look like a giant.
Oh, tall is beautiful, sweetheart.
Yes.
All right, and now we got to do a jig.
Yes.
Dance.
You love to dance and show the audience that
Oh, okay.
we are real.
Thanks for coming.
And thanks for coming.
See you later.
And watch out for our